Hello all, this is Anupama Zavalgi here and welcome to my YouTube channel. You are on a journey with me to go from where you are to where you want to be. So today on this journey, we are going to clear some roadblocks that are in the way. These roadblocks can be in the form of clutter. Diwali is coming up, so I'm sure you are all busy with cleaning, doing the Diwali cleaning, which is a big deal in India. And I think in countries like US, people do spring cleaning. But for ages, we have been cleaning our houses in India before Diwali. But most of the time, we do it as a ritual. Every year we are supposed to do it. But if you know the science behind why we need to do it, I think you will be motivated a lot more to do it. And clutter is not just the physical clutter that you see around you. Clutter is everything that prevents you from living the life you want to live. So I'm going to talk about the physical clutter for sure, but also going to talk about the other forms of clutter. So let's start with the physical clutter. We are living in a world where we think nowadays that more is better. So it's always more stuff, more clothes, more cars, more money, more channels on TV, more books, all everything we want more or bigger, bigger house. But we are filling our lives with so much material stuff that we are nowadays get overwhelmed with all the stuff that is around us. And let's look at the science behind what clutter does to you. So, clutter, our minds, our brains, when they see too much clutter around, we start lacking focus. And also, what happens is it reduces the working memory of the brain. So you all often end up being confused, if you're around too much stuff, and you feel anxious, you feel stressed out, and it can make you depressed. And research shows that the stress hormone cortisol is higher in moms who live in a cluttered home. So all the mothers, do take care of yourself. It's very important for your health to clean up everything and get everybody else to clean up behind them. So what happens is, studies show that once you have a lot of clutter around you, if you're living in a very disorganized environment, first thing is you cannot find things. That is a very common reason, right? Things are not in their place and it's very hard to find them and all that. But there is a sort of a constant low grade fight or flight response going on. And what that fight or flight response, that is the response that we have when we were like living in caves and we saw a tiger. So that used to be our response. Our brains are trained for that response. So it's either fight, or you just run away, or if you freeze. But when you have this kind of a low grade response going on all the time in your life because of the clutter around you, what it will do to you is it will reduce your immunity. It will actually make you more prone to heart disease, type 2 diabetes. So which is something that none of us want to have, right? So that's another reason that we need to be a lot more organized and take care of the clutter around us. Another thing which was a big thing for me when I read it, now the studies show that the clutter affects relationships also. But the way I'm talking about is a little different. What they did was they actually studied participants who were sitting in a very cluttered background. There was a lot of background clutter, and they actually asked them to analyze the emotional expressions of people. What they were watching a movie, and they were asked to analyze the emotional expressions of people on the screen. So the people, when they were in a very cluttered environment, were not able to read those emotional expressions. And this is a big thing, when we are living in a house, we want to be able to look at each other and see what the other person is feeling through their expressions. That's the first way we come to know, right? If somebody's feeling low or somebody's feeling down, or if somebody's happy. But if we cannot make out because of always being surrounded with so much clutter, then that's definitely a big no-no. So This was a big one for me. I didn't I when I read that story, it was like, oh wow, we need to really, this is a very important reason that we need to be a lot more organized and have less clutter. Another thing is, it disturbs not just the time we are awake, but also our sleep gets disturbed. So people who are living in a very disorganized bedroom, when they try to sleep, they either cannot fall asleep fast, or they are their sleep is also, the quality of the sleep is also not good, so they have a hard time staying asleep also. So sleep is also a big thing. We need to have a proper number of hours of sleep in order to function properly the next day. So that is another thing that affects our health. So we need to be really careful about that also. So I think this probably has convinced you. If you're still not convinced, let me tell you some other data which shows that people who live in very cluttered homes are 77% more likely to be overweight. So that's another selling point, right? So let's all get organized and try to get as much stuff out. And I heard there's some quote which says that clutter is postponed decisions. So a lot of times we don't know what to do with that stuff, so we just keep piling it. So sometimes we need to sit and decide, whether we really need that. Are we ready to lose those few pounds? Then we can wear all that thing that we have stashed in one shelf of the cupboard, which is like, if I lose 10 pounds, I'm going to fit into these. So are we ready to lose those pounds and wear it? Or every year we just keep, bringing it out, airing it, and again putting it back into that same shelf. So a lot of things like that we need to decide, donate, whatever you can do to deal with the physical clutter. Now, another thing which was not there a few years back, but now we all are struggling with it. So the second type of clutter that I'm going to talk about is digital clutter. So now we have so much stuff on our computers right now. You have so many emails. This is the clutter that I have to deal with a lot. I'm always living with the stress of having so many emails, because I listen to a lot of lectures, and then I subscribe to some newsletters and stuff like that. So I have thousands of emails in my inboxes which I need to sort. So this is something that overwhelms me a lot personally. And a lot of times, even when I'm giving some lecture or something, so just for safety's sake, I have a backup of some slides. And so I have backup of backup, and these things, how these things start piling up, or you don't have a naming convention for your files. So even that, you have too many copies, and when you want to find something, you really cannot find that at the moment. So we need to take care of the digital clutter as well. You have so much stuff coming up on our WhatsApp feeds, so many photographs people are sharing, all kinds of stuff. So sometimes we need to sit and delete all those as well from our photo and videos on our phones. So that is another thing that was not there, but we need to deal with that now. So that is the second kind, that is a digital clutter. A lot of times we download some apps but which we never use, so which slow our phone down. So we just need to stick to a few apps that we use all the time, and just remove all them, unsubscribe from newsletters and stuff like that. So that is the second thing, that is the digital clutter. So first we need to get deal with the physical clutter first, because that is something we see all the time. And after we deal with that, then we go a level deeper, and then we start dealing with the mental clutter. Because if you decide that you want to work on the mental and the spiritual and the emotional clutter, it doesn't work. So first is always the physical clutter that you see with your eyes. Now let's go to the mental clutter. So first mental clutter is all the to-do lists that we have running in our minds, So we need to prioritize, we need to write them down actually, so that memory is, freed up from our minds, all the to-do lists we keep running in our minds. So that is the first thing. The another thing that we have in our minds is the information overload. So as Tim Ferriss, even in his 4-hour work week has said, we need to just look at the information that is most urgent to us, that we need it now, not something that we collect that, I might need this later on. So I keep watching some videos and some how to do stuff and all kinds of stuff we do. So that just takes too much of time and also too much of memory space. So we will get it when we need it, but we don't need to collect all that every time we go on the net and stuff like that. So information overload. And this also includes, lot of times now we have so much of social media feed coming to us. So every time, you open your Facebook or your LinkedIn, you get bombarded with so much of, what is going on in other people's lives. So a lot of times, actually it increases our mental stress, because you see somebody's, best moment with a lot of filters, on Insta and stuff like that. But when we look at it, we start comparing our lives to their lives. So it's like, oh, I'm working here and look, people are enjoying, and you get into this negative spiral. So this is something we need to avoid. We need to have specific times when we when we log into our social media accounts. So it's very important, especially if you are, appearing for some exam, or you have some big thing going on at work. The more you watch social media, the more it, sort of distracts you, lowers your motivation to do your regular stuff, which you absolutely need to do. So it's a very time consuming and also energy consuming thing. So you need to be careful about this mental clutter. And another thing that we have, generally mental clutter that we have, is all the I can'ts that we have running in our minds. I can't do this, I can't lose weight, or somebody else has told us, and we have that voice going on in our heads, you should do this. So I've already done videos on should and could, I can't, I won't. So I would really encourage you to go back. And now this Diwali, let's clear all that clutter as well. All the negative beliefs that we have, all the negative self-talk that we have in our mind. So very good exercises like the mirror exercises will help you clean out the negative beliefs that you have in our minds. Another thing that keeps running in our minds is our past. So, you're constantly thinking about the negative events that have happened in the past, and you just, you relive them every day. And that's how you make their vibration stronger and stronger. So someday you need to decide that past is past. You have so much to look forward to in your life. So just let go of that past. So which will actually give you a lot more room for your dreams and your hopes now in the present moment. And once you let go of the past, you have to be conscious and let go of the past. Whenever the thought from the past comes, you have to tell yourself, no, this is the past. I'm not going to carry this baggage anymore. So, things like the Ho'oponopono prayer that I shared recently will help you with this kind of cleaning. Where it's actually a cleaning tool. So you can just clean all your past memories and stuff and come in the present moment. So that is another thing that takes a lot of space in our minds. Another thing that thing is, a lot of times we are always overthinking. So we need to stop overthinking. We have lots of thoughts coming in our mind all the time. Plus, we are constantly we are constantly worrying, what will happen, will this work out? Before we do start something new, we always were looking at the worst case scenarios. We never think of the best case scenarios. All our time is spent on worst case scenarios. So, or what other people will think, what other people will say. So these kind of things also take a lot of space in our minds, which we need to get rid of. So just start leaving all these as well, all this mental clutter that you have about negative beliefs, negative expectations, other people's expectations, your own expectations, and the worrying part that you do. Because, this doesn't help at all. Actually takes time away from the actual action part that you need to do for your dreams to be fulfilled. So that is another major thing. And the last and probably the most difficult one is you need to forgive. So this is sort of like a spiritual clutter, but it stays in our mind, So the thing is, a lot of times we feel, how can we forgive them? They have done us so much wrong and stuff like that. Probably they are just living their lives. They don't even know that you are hurt and stuff like that. And you have been carrying this load for so long. So yes, it might be that they have really done something bad to you, but now staying tied to that memory is not helping you. So it's a choice. Forgiving someone is a choice. So you need to, release yourself from that memory. So and free yourself. So here you are not doing, them a favor. You are actually doing you a favor by when you release that. When you forgive someone, you cut that cord of emotional negativity that you have towards that person, and it actually changes you from inside. So just think that you are doing it for yourself. You're not doing, just forget about that other person, other situation. Just think that you want to take this away from your life. You don't want to carry this anymore. So that's how it becomes easier to let go of all that thing. Another thing that is guilt that we carry a lot of. So that also, with the mirror exercise and stuff like that, you can slowly get rid of that as well, because living in guilt is also not going to help you live a life that you want to live. Constantly going back to that something that you may have done is not going to help. So you have to come into the present moment. So some ways you can get rid of mental clutter is, one is meditation. It really helps to find a calm place, be in that calm space. So start with 5 minutes, just sit quietly in some place, and then over a time you can build that practice. So that definitely helps. Another thing that really helps is journaling. So you whatever comes in your mind and all, if you start journaling, you will see that those things becoming less and less. So that also helps. Talking to someone also helps actually. So instead of having everything inside of us, if we share it with someone, that also helps get rid of this emotional, mental, and spiritual clutter. So share it with somebody what you feel, and then definitely that will help. So physical clutter, I've already given you the reasons. But once you clear all this mental clutter that you're carrying, it will actually help make space for more joy, more love, and more happiness, and more health, whatever you want, more wellness, we can say, into our lives. So let's get rid of what we don't want, and then make room, because we need to have room for more stuff to come in, right? So we need to discard this first in order to make room in our minds and our hearts for all the things that we want to have in our lives. So I wish everyone happy decluttering, and I'll see you in another video. So if you like the video, please press the like button, share it with somebody who could use it, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.